All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom. Ahab Koyim. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah. Branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right, I'm going to say, Call Halayim La, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wachahak Wadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to their faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right. So I'm pretty much just responding to this cryptic message coming from your boy Trump. Okay. It says the world will soon understand. Nothing can stop what's coming. All right. Nothing can stop what is coming. And if you remember, all right, if you remember before his first term, all right before he took office the first time, he had another cryptic message that came out of the Times Magazine, right? And it said this: the end is near. Okay? The end is near. And there's been many cryptic messages that have come out over the years. And, you know, the only thing that we can conclude as the prophets is that these devils know that the time is up. All right? The time is almost over. Their rulership is at its end. And so they're about to come down with the heavy hand. Let's get this in Revelation. All right, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, when you look at DJ Trump, you know what I'm saying? All right, physically he's not looking too good. You see what I'm saying? There was rumors that he kicked the bucket. You know what I'm saying? He came out recently. All right, did a press conference. Okay, you know this thing is coming down to its final legs, man. All right, this whole empire. So let me get this here. Let's go to the book of Psalms, because like I said, you know, as this thing reaches its conclusion, okay, this empire reaches its final end. You see what I'm saying? What they're gonna do is they're gonna come with great destruction, man. All right, great destruction. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 4. It reads, "And the Egyptians will I give into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts." All right. So dark days are approaching, man. And there's nothing that you can do to stop this thing. All right. And as a matter of fact, this is, this is true on both. This is true on the right hand side. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this is prophecy. All of it is prophecy, right? Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh, do all these things. You see what I'm saying? It's the Lord that's behind all of this. All right? He's bringing an end to Babylon the Great. And at the same time, he's causing these Edomites, okay, to make their move finally. Right? Let me get this here. All right. Salaki, where is it? All right, let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. So the Lord turns the heart of the king, you know what I'm saying, whichever way that he wants. The same way he did to Pharaoh when he hardened his heart. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing that he's doing now. All right. When the time comes for Russia to finally make their move against America, okay, what's the scripture say? Scripture say that there shall be an evil thought that shall come into his mind. All right. Let's get that in Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 10, it reads, thus saith Yahweh of power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. All right. And when that time comes, man, all right, either be Putin or whoever's in power is going to finally come with the understanding that it's time to take it to them. It's time to take it to these to this true axis of evil. You know what I'm saying? While these jokers in their media will always tell you that this one and that one and that one and this one is the axis of evil, this one's the terrorists, you know, the everything in between. But the truth of the matter is, America, all right, Babylon the Great is the terrorist, the hammer of the whole earth, as the scriptures call him. All right, that's in Jeremiah. Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 22. It says, the sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? You see what I'm saying? The scriptures say in Obadiah that your pride has deceived you, all you Edomites. So I'm going to show you this video. Actually, I have a couple videos. I'm going to show you this first one here. All right, with Dr. Robert Kiyosaki. And the second I'm going to share with you is a rather edgy an edgy one, you know what I'm saying? So bear with me.
We're at the end of the American Empire. The question is it China next? We're at the end of an empire right now. It is the end. It's the end of this. And all empires always come to an end. The Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, Chinese were the earliest. So what we're looking at today is the end of the American empire. So it's a very dangerous time. It's explosive, with Palestine and Gaza. All the stuff that's going on is an end of times. Not biblical, but just an end of an era. And the trouble when this comes to an end, war follows. That's what I'm afraid of.
All right.
We're at the end of the American empire. The question is it China next? We're at the end of an empire right now. It is the end. It's the end of this. And all empires always come to an end.
Okay. So he started off with saying it's the end of what? It's the end of the dollar. All right. The dollar has been the world reserve currency. All right. And it has been the backbone of this empire. You know what I'm saying? As the saying goes, there's two ways to control a nation. One is by the sword and the other is by debt. Okay? Well, what if that very principle can be applied to the entire planet? All right? And how has Esau Edom, okay, controlled the entire planet? Through both of these methods, through the sword and through debt. Okay? And the debt is all based upon their fiat currency. Their fiat currency is operated through what's known as fractional reserve banking. And this is how they have subjugated all these other nations. You see what I'm saying?
Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, Chinese were the earliest. So what we're looking at today is the end of the American empire. So it's a very dangerous time. It's explosive.
Okay. He said this is a very dangerous time. All right. A very dangerous time, a very explosive time, because at the end of an empire, it always brings about devastating calamities. And the scriptures say that this time, all right, this time is going to be unlike any time known to man. All right. So let me just do this real quick. All right. Explosive time, any time known to man. Let's go to Matthew. All right. Matthew chapter 24. And verse 21, it says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." All right. When America falls, this is going to be one hell of an empire falling. All right. The fall of Rome could not touch what's going to happen here, man. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the revival of Rome. All right. As is written in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter. Okay. This is the revival of Rome. And it's going to fall the same way, but in devastating fashion, because these Edomites have developed something that they never developed before. You see what I'm saying? Something so devastating on the left-hand side, all right, that what's going to happen in the very near future is not going to be rivaled by anything in the past. You see what I'm saying? That's what sets this empire apart from the rest. Verse 22, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." All right? So we can see that the times are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Right now, we're entering into the fourth quarter of the year. All right? In the fourth quarter of the year. So, you know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time. By the end of this year to the start of next year, man, shit is going to get real crazy. Real crazy. The writing is on the wall. All right?
and with Palestine and uh, Gaza, all the stuff that's going on is
And you look at how he couldn't even say, he couldn't even say the name, the word Palestine. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone can clearly see what the problem is. Everyone can clearly see where this is going. All right. And America has isolated itself so badly that it wasn't even invited to the table during this massive summit over in China. They weren't even invited to the table. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47. And let's start at the top. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." All right. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. All right? Thy shame shall be seen. All your wickedness is which is your nakedness, is going to be seen, and it's being seen all around the world right now. The world is watching. All right? And the world is literally appalled at what they see. You know what I'm saying? To look at this once shining beacon of hope and prosperity and freedom and democracy. All right. The world is seeing in real time what America truly is and how it's always been. You see what I'm saying? I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. When the Lord comes back, all right, there will be no meetings. There will be no councils. No, it's going to be straight up war, and all the nations are going to be brought down. You see what I'm saying? Verse 4: As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Okay? America is no longer being exalted and put on the pedestal anymore. It's literally being phased into nothing, phased out into obscurity. You see what I'm saying? Verse 6: I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Okay, we was brought into slavery because the Lord allowed it to happen. Due to our negligence, due to our foolishness, our folly. All right? Due to what we have done. You see what I'm saying? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, you were subject to these curses. All right? Thou didst show them no mercy. All right, these Edomites and this empire that they've built off the backs of you Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? You Israelites. Okay, they showed no mercy upon the tribes, man. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You see what I'm saying? Neither did you remember the latter end of it, man. All right? You didn't know that there was a consequence for all these things that you've done. You didn't realize that you was going to have to pay the heaviest price for what you've done to the children of Israel. Now the world gets to see for themselves who you truly are. Now the world gets to watch and cheer as you fall. You see what I'm saying? Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, man. All right? You're going to have to see your sons and your daughters being drafted in, forced to fight in this next world war. You're going to have to watch that. You see what I'm saying? The loss of children and widowhood. You're going to see your husbands going to war. You see? And this place is going to be overrun. This place is going to be taken over, man. All right? Completely. Let me get this real quick. Bear with me. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So with that said, let me go to this next video. All right. Like I said, this next video is going to be edgy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They may come after this video or not. I don't know, but it is what it is. So check this out.
What's actually going on in Venezuela between them and the US, nobody could actually know amongst the common public. Even most people in positions of authority have been misled or lied to. One thing that's for sure, if you think for a fact you know the truth, you're a dumb cunt. Especially if that truth came from your TV set. If you believe it has anything to do with drugs, you're a dumbass. The most stupid fucking organism on this planet. Yeah. This is my opinion based on facts that I know. America did a deal with the Saudis in 1945 called Oil for Security Deal. What this means is that worldwide, all oil must only be purchased or sold in US dollars. Venezuela is a member state of BRICS, and they are selling oil to China in exchange for yuan. Hence, the power of the US dollar is degrading rapidly. China is also building mass infrastructure in Venezuela. Huawei is building their new internet network, for example. China is getting them all electrified and with running water and stuff. America doesn't like this, building up Venezuela, and they're selling oil not with your money. Like, how is that fair to America? That some cunt does business on this planet without them getting a cut. That's what it's about. America is a disgusting and filthy imperialist nation. Most American people are quite lovely. So lovely that they nod their empty head at the TV like a sheep and think that their government actually means well for the world. You don't. The ones that make me angry are the Americans that know what's going on and know it's about oil and it's about US domination. That makes me angry because you know exactly what you are. You're like a filthy Roman slaughtering a German peasant or some shit and feeling good about yourself. The ones that amuse me are America could never fall. America's always ruled the world. Like, these cunts know nothing of history. If you think American empire is forever, you are just as stupid as the member of every other globally dominating empire 5 minutes before their empire fell. Every time an American says, oh, America will never fall, America will rule the world forever, I feel like Fuck, you're a dumb cunt. You are literally the dumbest cunt that I could imagine talking to. And every time I say that, I speak to somebody that is even less intelligent, like even less logical in their thoughts. And when I say, so what makes different about America? What makes them different to every other fucking globally dominating empire that has fallen? And they say, we've got the nuke. Like, fucking 12 countries have the nuke now. It's not the game changer you fucking think it is. It's because we've got the most powerful military. Actually, you have record low recruitment numbers, record high drug epidemic levels. What the fuck are you talking about? You're going to force draft people into your army when World War III comes. This is the best way for it all to end, I think, in my opinion. America needs to be attacked on its own ground. I trust other countries to not drop a nuke first, because only America's that filthy. America needs to be attacked on its own ground. All of America's enemies need to make a combined land invasion effort of America. It used to be there was a rifle behind every blade of grass, but it's not like that in America anymore. Yep. A land invasion of America is what needs to happen. No, I don't mean...
And I'm going to stop it right there. Right there. All right? Right there. And this goes on for another 3 more minutes. But that's pretty much the gist of what you need to hear. So this is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1 again. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. All right, we waited for this day, man. We waited for the destruction of our enemies, man. We waited for this. Our forefathers waited for this. You see what I'm saying? Yahushua said, blessed are your eyes when you see the things that the prophets of old and kings of old have dreamed of seeing. You know what I'm saying? Just roughly paraphrasing. All right? But we're able to see this. All of this, you know what I'm saying, playing out in real time. Let's get this here. The book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 25. Verse 7, it reads, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. See what I'm saying? And we're at that moment. We are now finally in this moment where we can see it right before our eyes, unfolding in real time, man. All right, that these devils are finally they're finally losing this empire. All right, that's why we read in the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Sit down in the dust. Come sit down in the dust, O daughter of Babylon, man. Sit down in the dust. All right? Sit on the ground. Ain't no more throne left for you, man. You see what I'm saying? That whole empire is gone. The American dream, everyone's waking up to the fact that it was not a dream. It was not true at all. It was just a dream. That's it. It was just a dream. It wasn't real. And now these people are figuring out, and everyone's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, complaining. All right? Jokers unaliving themselves on Facebook Live. You see what I'm saying? People just losing their shit and going out on a deletion spree. You see what I'm saying? The love of many is waxing cold every day. This is how you know that the empire is at its end. You see what I'm saying? The empire is finally at its end. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 51. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Just because it doesn't say America doesn't mean that America is not spoken of in these scriptures. You see what I'm saying? But this mystery is only revealed to the Lord's prophets. And it's the prophet's duty to come and bring this breakdown to those of the elect. You see? To Israel as a whole, but the elect are the ones that's going to get it. The elect are going to be the ones that have the eye salve and have the discernment, the spirit of discernment to understand what it is that the prophets are telling them. You see what I'm saying? To the rest of them is just gibberish. But to the elect, it makes all the sense in the world. You see what I'm saying? This is going to come. It's going to come to pass, man. All right. Verse 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Let's go back to that picture earlier. Bear with me. All right. Back to this picture, man. It's a very fitting picture, don't you think? Very fitting. Jeremiah 51 verse 7 again, it says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And all these nations are pissed at America. They're now joining each other. They're joining together, creating a currency to overthrow the dollar, as Robert Kiyosaki said. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of this dollar bill, man. It's the end. So if you think for 5 seconds that these jokers running into Venezuela has anything to do with drugs and cartels, you are a dumbass. You are very stupid. You have no clue what's going on. You see what I'm saying? No clue. All right? No clue. You got to pay attention to what's really going on, man. They already have somebody in place to replace the guy in Venezuela. They already got someone set up to replace him. That's how you know this isn't genuine. You see what I'm saying? This is not genuine. It has nothing to do with your safety. Has nothing to do with the inflow of drugs or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Because these cartels are controlled by the CIA. You see what I'm saying? Why when you go to Mexico? Why when you go to Cuba? Why Venezuela? You see what I'm saying? It's because this is a strategic move. They have oil. They have oil. One of the largest oil reserves on the planet is in Venezuela. They need the oil. Y'all ain't figured that out yet? All these jokers, all these MAGA people, these MAGAs are out here talking about, yes, that's what I voted for. Yes, get rid of the cartels. Yes, keep these drugs. It's about the oil. We went into Afghanistan for what? For the poppy fields. You see what I'm saying? Went into Syria for what? For the oil. Came out of Trump's own mouth. We was in Syria for the oil, man. You see what I'm saying? Americans are the easiest to fool. They are the easiest to fool. Jeremiah 51:8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Back to Isaiah chapter 33. All right, Isaiah chapter 33, verse 2. O Lord, be gracious unto us, we, the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be accounted worthy to be numbered among the elect, man. Be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning. Our salvation also in the time of trouble. And the time of trouble is coming. Time of trouble is coming. Damn it. The time of trouble is coming. It's coming. Oh, it's coming, man. These niggas can have all the debates they want to. They can get out there and they can just debate all they want to, man. Everybody got something to say. But the prophets, the true prophets have told you straight up what's coming. You see what I'm saying? And it's almost here. Verse 3. At the noise of the tumult, the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself, the nations were scattered. And your spoils shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts shall he run after them. Right? So let me get this here. Let's go to Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. It says, Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right. And the sword is coming. The sword is coming down on you, Jakes, man. Esau, Edom is about to be unleashed. Finally, for that last final push to keep his kingdom, he's coming against you, Jakes, man. He's coming against all you tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. It's going to be bloody. And the only ones making it up out of this are the elect of the nation of Israel. The only ones making it up out of this. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of all this will be the nukes. The nukes will fly. The nukes will fly. And America will be destroyed in such a way that there will be no inhabitants ever. If these jokers out here, these millionaires and billionaires done built bunkers for themselves here in America, that bunker will be your tomb. That bunker will be your tomb, because there will be nothing else in America. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 21. The time for debating is long gone. It's long over, man. It's long over. You got these false prophets, you know what I'm saying, that they turned their back on the sheep, all right, went into the world, joined Adam 22, no jumper, you know what I'm saying? All right. They cared nothing for the sheep, nothing for the flock, you know what I'm saying? Nothing for the lambs. This is Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 8. It says, Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer. The slayer is coming. The slayer is coming. You see what I'm saying? This is the end of his empire. So that means that everything is about to get real nasty. You see what I'm saying? They're think about it. They're using all these different methods, you know what I'm saying, of closing the wall on all of, you know, these Babylonians, man, these Americans. Closing the wall on all of you. You see what I'm saying? Painting these walls in the southern border with paint, making it harder for people to climb up the walls. Well, if that's the case, then why wouldn't you paint on the outside of the wall? Why are you painting on the inside of the wall? You see what I'm saying? They told you that this is all about crime and policing and cleaning up the streets and making everything peaceful and safe for you all. And now you're used to seeing military on the streets. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Riddle me this. How do you get a group of people who are against centralized big government to approve, accept, and applaud centralized big government? Verse 12, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. All right? So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The world will soon understand. Nothing can stop what is coming. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.